Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at 94,675 US dollar. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. You will also find another video on my channel where I analyze various altcoins daily. That's definitely worth checking out. And also worth checking out is the crypto exchange mexc, which has a similar trading volume to Bitget, OKX and Bybit. As you can see, the taker fees are far more less than on the other top crypto exchanges. And with my referral link, which you can find in the video description, you will also save another 20% on that low taker fees. And also 100 pairs, 0 fees, just on mexc. And here you have a huge list of popular altcoins which you can trade without any fees. So what about Bitcoin? So far, we were in that bull flag, got a 1 hour candle close lower than that, but the retest failed. Means if we got the retest and sold off, then I think Bitcoin would have been even short, but we got back into that bull flag, used it as support, here also broke to the upside, got the support and the nice retest, but somehow we sold off simultaneously with the Nasdaq. It's not a big deal. We just fell back into the bull flag. We have also said if we break to the upside, for sure, first target is always the top here, 95,750. But in the end of the day, I think that we are going to break it to the upside. And what I see now is it might be possible that this here is a double top pattern. That would be negative, and that scenario, it's a bearish one, would get valid once we break the $93,100 to the downside. Then it would be short to me. Target of that would be the 89,870 US dollar. But if we break it to the upside, then we can take the same length of that rectangle or double top pattern, put it to our breakout point, which is the 95,685 US dollar, and we would reach for prices up to 98,465 US dollar for Bitcoin. But I personally think that this resistance area between 97,000 US dollar to 98,000 US dollar is going to get a major resistance for us. And if we break to the upside, get a nice retest and a follow through, it would be long into that area. In that area, I'm going to take profit. I'm not going to wait for the last push for Bitcoin. It might be even possible that we overshoot it and can reach for prices, around about 100k for Bitcoin. So I have changed the red trend line a bit. I made it, in my view, a bit better, but also the target of that triangle changed. The target of that triangle, which broke to the upside, which got even a few retests, I think 1, 2, 3, 4 retests. It's a valid triangle in my view. Target is the 96,580 US dollar. So if we break here to the upside, get a nice retest, then we can at least go for the target here. This is going to get very interesting. I will still put you a price mark. And after that 97,000, 98,000, I doubt that we will even overshoot it. But that's just based on the data which I have now. Let's see what Bitcoin is going to develop until tomorrow. So we have talked a bit about Bitcoin. What about Ethereum? So Ethereum broke out of that falling wedge. Price mark was 1,795 US dollar, and we didn't get a retest yet. That was a wrong set. We didn't get a retest right after the breakout, so basically this short wasn't tradable at all. In the end of the day, we got here the retest, but we broke the rising wedge to the upside again and use it as support just to sell off again. So how does it look like? I don't want to say bearish, but I don't want to say bullish. So that rising wedge is still ongoing. Target is the 1,660 US dollar. We can even drop down to 1,650 US dollar. But also, what I track here is a possible double top pattern or rectangle. We can look what the target is. I even put it here. So if we break the 1,850 US dollar to the upside, then the target would be the 1,960 US dollar. And that was our target even before we got that chart pattern. So we have said before, okay, this is a very huge resistance area where we got rejected and got support several times. So the chances to get there are very high, since we also have a huge fair value gap in that area. And now we have a chart pattern which directs into that box. So how would I trade Ethereum? 1,820 US dollar. If we break it to the upside, then I think Ethereum is long even before we break the 1,850 US dollar to the upside. But also keep in mind, I personally think that we get the chance to get into a long position a bit earlier than breaking out the chart pattern. But that also means we have to play with the same rules. We need to see the breakout. We can jump into the retest, set a tight stop loss. But since we didn't break a chart pattern, this position size here is going to be a small one. And if we afterwards break the 1,850 US dollar, get a nice retest, same rules here, then we can double up our position. Then our stop loss, average price is somewhere here, and we can set a tight stop loss, which would get us still in profits. It's possible. And then we can ride the push to the upside. So this is the game plan for Ethereum. If the 1,755 US dollar breaks to the downside, then here is the double top pattern, and I have made a modified double top pattern. I don't use the 1,722 US dollar for a trade. I have found a far nicer trend line, which if it breaks, then the chance should be very high that we get into the 1,650 US dollar for Ethereum. So I can put this on the chart. Let me take this one out. Yeah, I don't have much more to say. So far we still go sideways. So basically this whole move here, I mean, I can say daily the same. Yeah, I have changed a bit some chart patterns. I have taken out some chart patterns. The altcoins are going, yeah, they also make their moves. Some trades were also very profitable. Some went into break even one went into stop loss. So basically, currently the stage of the market, yeah, it's sideways. You don't know what is going to happen if a news comes, if we get quantitative easing from the Fed, if we get more tariffs, if the tariffs are going to go completely away. So basically we have so much uncertainty in the market, and you can see it in the price. The price is not moving up, the price is not moving down for almost all the altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Yeah, we can still look about over the Bitcoin dominance. I want to do it in the altcoin update, but I have also seen that maybe some of you aren't looking the altcoin update. So the Bitcoin dominance is in a bull flag. If we break it to the upside, which is the 64.5%, then Bitcoin is going to outperform the altcoins. If we break it to the downside, 64 cents, percent, then the altcoins can gain a bit more to the upside. I don't want to talk about an altcoin season, but as you can see, look from where we came. An altcoin season is, yeah, we have to go into the daily chart. This push to the downside here is an altcoin season. We have seen that in 2021. This here, yeah, let's not say this push here to the downside. Yeah, that's altcoin season. So whenever we get a huge push to the downside, then we have seen an altcoin season, and so far we didn't break anything to the downside. Even if we take the sharpest trend line here, which is possible, we are still far away. So 58%, we have to break this to the downside to say we have a chance for an altcoin season. That's for sure not the 100% indicator, where I would say if that trend line breaks with just 2 or 3 touch points on that long-term based price development, yeah, but it's a good indication, so I will still take it out. So I hope that I gave you some valuable information, and see you in the altcoin update. I will release that in around about 45 minutes. If you don't watch the altcoin update, then I hope we see each other tomorrow. See you.